Stephen Howson, full-time Devils, outside a proper windy Old Trafford post-match. Manchester United and City, Manchester derby. We lost 2-1. Do you know what? We can go over the refereeing decisions as much as you want, can't you? I do think Clattenburg absolutely bottled it. I think he had the opportunity to do loads of things that he didn't do, but I'm not going to stick to refereeing decisions because that just sounds bitter, doesn't it? What I'm going to concentrate on is we did not play the way that I wanted us to play. We have the opportunity to beat them. Zlatan Ibrahimovic had 10 shots and only scored 1 goal. He scored 2 goals from his first 3 shots at Old Trafford. So, what's going on with Zlatan? If Zlatan's more accurate, this game gets won. If we use the wings and we get behind them, because we saw last season, didn't you? It's possible to get behind a team that plays this sort of oppressive style possession football. We didn't use wingers. We used Jesse Lingard and Mkhitaryan, but not as outlets. In the second half, we saw Marcus Rashford came on. We used him as an outlet. He was direct, he was running, he was committing defenders, and he was absolutely lethal. Now, it looks like Marcus Rashford's going to be starting this week against Feyenoord, and that's a great thing for us. This is how we need to be playing. We've got to use those wingers as outlets, and we didn't do that. So, we had the opportunities to win the game. We didn't win the game. You win some, you lose some. Are City going to win every single game between now and the end of the season? No, they are not. Are we going to win every single game between now and the end of the season? No, we are not. So as long as we win more than they do, then we end up top of the league in May, don't we? And we come back with number 21. Anyway, here's what Squawker Dave said after the game. This win's mental. Check it out.
Hello, welcome back, Devils. It's that time again. It's the 3-point review. Today, the Manchester derby is the topic. On to number 1. Man United did not deal with Manchester City's 3-8s. Before the game, I highlighted it on Dave Talks and on Full Time Devils that United really need to keep an eye on David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, because those two picking up the space in between the lines could cause United a lot of problems in terms of getting into the final third and creating chances and scoring goals. That didn't happen. In the first half especially, Marouane Fellaini and Paul Pogba kept on getting caught on the blind side. De Bruyne was brilliant at picking up the space in between the lines, especially in the first half. United needed to be wary of that. They needed to sit a little bit deeper. They needed to have control on that. Credit to Mourinho, he did change it in the second half. He brought on Ander Herrera to sit in that position, but it was still very disjoint. It was almost like Man United were throwing too many bodies forward at certain times and had no control on the game. Something very un-Mourinho-like about it. You know, too many players going forward, not enough players sitting back and being compact in defence. But credit to Manchester City and credit to Kevin De Bruyne, hitting some real good form at the start of the season. On to number 2, it's got to be Marcus Rashford in, Wayne Rooney out. Again, Wayne Rooney was very, very poor in the game. Failed to get a shot on target, only created 2 chances, won 0 out of his 7 tackles. But what was most frustrating was, especially at the end of the game, when United were putting crosses into the box, Wayne Rooney just wasn't hitting his man. Rooney had 16 crosses in the game and only completed 18% of those crosses. It wasn't good enough from a United perspective, considering the height they have in there. Paul Pogba, Marouane Fellaini, Anthony Martial, Ibrahimovic, all these big targets in there. Wayne Rooney just wasn't finding his man. A very, very poor display from the England international. So for me, he needs to go out. United need to switch to a 4-3-3 to get the best out of Paul Pogba and, of course, get the best out of Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford was again a breath of fresh air when he came on. Every single time he comes on for United and for England at the Euros, he's positive, he takes players on, he looks very dangerous. Bakary Sagna didn't really get tested in the game, and as soon as Rashford came on, it looked like he was at him, he was running at him, he was beating him, creating opportunities, and I just feel that give Rashford 90 minutes, he's going to score you goals. I hope he starts against Feyenoord on Thursday and then again in the game next weekend, but it's got to be Rooney out and Marcus Rashford in for me. On to the last point, and that has got to be Super Eric Bailly. He's been United's best player this season so far, picking up United's Player of the Month in August, but again against Manchester City was brilliant. Excellent in the first half at commanding his area. I like how he put some big tackles in there. He did pick a booking up in the first half, but it was a good tempo-setting tackle. There wasn't enough of that from United. There wasn't enough fight in there. Fellaini put himself about. So did Bailly, but the rest of the players, they need a bit more grit, a bit more determination in there. Wayne Rooney put a few challenges in, but which wasn't enough from the rest of the team. You know, Paul Pogba needs to put himself about a little bit more in these bigger games. But going back to Bailly, another commanding display. What really showed how good he was when United switched to a back 3. I really like that from Mourinho. United needed a goal. They went for a 3-3-4. Very, very offensive. But it pretty much put Bailly 1v1 against Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne's movement was excellent in the game, but Bailly really shut him down, dealt with him. Whether it was pulling him left, pulling him right, he just kept his area, kept his composure and won the ball back and got United moving forward again into the final third, which is what United needed to do at the end of the game. But another top display from the Ivory Coast international. Don't worry, United fans, this is positive. It's positive. United are better than they were last season. Last season, Louis van Gaal wouldn't have made those changes, wouldn't have brought more attacking players on. United wouldn't have been only 1 goal down against Manchester City. Zlatan looks good, Bay looks good. Pogba and Mkhitaryan are still adjusting to the side. If you would have said after 4 games, United having 9 points in the game, 1-3, lost 1, I would have taken that. So don't fear, this might not be our season to win the Premier League, but top 4 will be guaranteed with the players that we have. Anyway, that's me. Over and out.
Cheers for that, Dave. Right, for some alternative opinions, let's listen to what you guys have got to say in United on YouTube.
We all know the first half was Manchester City's. When every time we lost the ball, they tried to counter-attack, and they successfully did. But luckily, they only got 2 goals. They were playing so amazing in that first half. They were destroying our back four, they were making runs in behind the defence and causing havoc over our team.
Look, really, really poor. Tactics were wrong. Jose Mourinho got it all wrong on the day. Really disappointed, but luckily this is only early on in the season and we can make amends of this. There's a lot of football still to play.
But what was more disappointing was that the players that we trusted in flopped. Mkhitaryan, I thought he was good. I called him to start against City in this match. He came on and he didn't do anything.
But we did get a goal back with Zlatan Ibrahimovic scoring, and I'm very happy about that. What shocked me was Jesse Lingard's performance.
And this month we've got a lot of games coming up thick and fast. So hopefully Manchester United can turn it around this month and get straight back to winning ways, starting with the Europa League.
Everyone has their bad day, and I think that Blind was just unlucky that Blind chose this day to be his bad day. And for those people who say that Blind should be dropped for Smalling, just stop, because you are saying that if Smalling was there for Blind, we wouldn't have considered this goal.
Nice one to everybody who got involved in United on YouTube. If you want to get involved in United on YouTube, or you want someone else to get involved in United on YouTube, the details are in the description below. Check them out and let's make it happen. Now it's time for the 3-word review. Let's see what you guys have got to say in social media. It looks like some of you guys are going to get your wish there. Marcus Rashford is probably going to be starting and probably going to rip it up against Feyenoord on Thursday night in only the way that Marcus Rashford can do. Now, we are that close to 300,000 subscribers, so you need to tell your mum, tell your gran, tell that weirdo down the street, tell them all to subscribe to Full Time Devils. Let's get us over that 300,000 mark. We might have something very, very special, but when we hit 300,000, we might not, but let's find out, eh? Now, get in the comments. I want to know who you thought was man of the match this weekend. Did we have a man of the match? Thank you for watching. Big fat thumbs up. Get in the comments. Hit subscribe. I'm out of here. See you in a bit.
Rashford comes on, proving once again that he's a baller. You know how it is. I mean, Rashford's the man.